Today's topic, however, is very specific, and we're going to be looking at the opportunities and challenges associated with engaging social media.
What's the advantage to being involved with social media?
So social media is the future. So if you haven't embraced the technology, please do, because customers, partners, young recruits, employees, they're all using these tools.
Some companies are using social media as a way to either sell product directly. Dell is the most successful story on Twitter. They use it as an outlet store to push out merchandise, but a couple of other retailers are doing the same. So direct sales can also result from social media.
My question really is there such a thing as a personal brand? And if so, can a company have a personal brand?
From an HR perspective and from a sub-discipline of recruiting, I can say absolutely. Personal branding is here and it's here to stay.
People have created themselves out of nothing through social media. That's the thing. It disintermediates that whole relationship where the publishing media industry used to control kind of who got access to you and I out there, and now all of a sudden you, the consumer, the individual, have that control. So you can put yourself out there and create something literally out of nothing and create that brand into what you are. You can express yourself as a person or as a member of an organization or a combination thereof. It partly is going to be dictated upon what your company and what the confines of what you're permitted to do to express yourself as a member of an organization.
Well, that humanism is a big issue, and I've even wrestled with this, and I've asked a lot of people about it. We put it up as a question on LinkedIn, and I ask it in any of these social media discussions that I'm involved in, is how much of it should be personal, how much of it should be business?
From an employer's perspective, if you go out there and you build a brand, you want to know what your employees are saying about you. So you think you should be entitled to see what your employees are writing about you on social websites. But the cases that have come out so far, there's only a few, have put a lot of restrictions on what employers can and can't do in trying to get to the sites.
But I think we're going to see some greater areas in the future, whereas someone says something that may be interpretable as something that was against the company in such a way that they deserve to get fired, and then they'll come back and sue the employer. So I mean, it's kind of hard in that sense to decide what it is to monitor.
From an HR perspective, my feeling is that employees are going to be talking about this stuff. This is a tide that you cannot stem, you cannot stop it. So my humble opinion is employers should embrace that fact and educate and train their employees in the proper ways and the risks of what they say.
I think that's really the key, is that the train's up the station. We can't stop them. We can't control it. It's everywhere. They're on their laps, they're on their phones, it's on your Blackberries. So we have to just grab it and embrace it and do the best we can with things like be respectful and teach them how to use it properly.
I don't think that anybody in the organization should be an official spokesperson for the organization. The smartphone is the new cigarette break. So if you put a firewall at work and you don't let employees use these tools, this is the way people communicate today. So this is, Facebook, Twitter, these media are the way people stay in touch with their friends, even with their partners and their colleagues.
The real question here is, are companies missing the boat by basically locking down their systems? Are they overreacting, thinking about perhaps legal risk, but more importantly, are they really more concerned that employees are just sitting there frittering away their time?
It's the same topic. You can't lock this stuff down. I agree. We all have iPhones or the like. You're going to drive your employees out of your building to lunch breaks and what have you. I'm of the humble opinion that you're going to actually reduce your employee productivity. The idea here is measure job performance, right?
The employer got sued by the employee's ex-wife. It turned out that the employee was abusing her daughter and using the company's servers to upload child pornography. So we now have the employer being sued for negligent retention of an employee who they knew or should have known was using their equipment to upload illegal pornography. So employer liability can be very great if we don't monitor what's going on. So I would say shut it down except for company business. But then again, company and personal can blend together, and it's impossible to separate.
Oftentimes what happens is employees, especially folks on the front lines, like in sales or in positions of marketing imports to the organization, are itching to get out there and use these tools to network and to build a client roster or a customer roster. And if the company is not doing anything, not harnessing that energy, that positive energy, to have a presence on social networks, and to have a presence where it makes sense, where your customers are, right? To build, if you're on a B2B and it makes sense, build a customer community, provide a space to unleash that energy, to help employees say, hey, you want to be, because people really want to be helpful, they want to be heard, they want to make a contribution. So how can you empower them? How can you help them engage?
But if you're a smaller company, and you can educate your employees well, and you have some of these potential Twitter superstars among your ranks, you really want to kind of foster that, because as a small company, it really could help buoy your sales, it could help buoy your presence in the industry.
Should it be HR? Should it be PR? Should it be marketing? Should it be IT? I mean, who should be responsible for social media within your company? Not only perhaps the policies around it, but also mainly the implementation. Who's going to be the voice for your company? Where does this thing need to reside?
I don't think that it's necessarily an IT or an HR thing, although I think that everybody needs to step up and contribute and constantly review and evaluate what's going on. I think it's a marketing and a collaborative effort between marketing and PR.
I think marketers and communicators definitely have an opportunity to lead and to get a seat at the table on this whole thing, especially where it comes to, yes, developing strategies, integrating those strategies in how the company goes to market, how the company talks to channel and customers, how it measures its results.
And we're going to go to Jocelyn up here with our first question.
I was wondering if there was any particular case law that has come down on the side of employees speaking out against their employers and not, providing them some protection.
Anything that you say on a website, it's the same as if you said it to NBC News or ABC News. And if you are disloyal, or if you are defaming your employer, or if you are helping the competitors, that is a dischargeable offense, and there's zero rights on that.
What are the challenges of copyright law? Are there things you need to be doing? People posting pictures.
I think again, a policy has to set forth that they can't use copyrighted material. And if they quote other people, that they give the reference to what they're using. Again, just common sense type of things.
If you're trying to, use people's IP that isn't yours, there is some sort of liability there. So I would just say stick to using whatever your own stuff is.
What would you say would be, from each of your perspectives, what creates that buzz that takes something that just makes it explode?
No, I don't think that there's like a patented way to take an idea viral. That's part of the challenge. If you want to leverage the viral nature of something, you can't force that.
There seems to be no way, there's no magic formula to say, okay, I'm going to start today, I'm going to build a communication plan to take this thing viral, and I want it to go nationwide or global. I don't think
and it'll work.
And it'll work.
We buy or we connect with others because of three main things: hope, fear, and love. So how can you engage, hope and love, right? How can you, provide something that is connected, that is something that people identify with, and you do that authentically.
There seems to be polar opposites as to how they want to approach social media. Some really are looking at it from a business development perspective more than anything else. Others are just basically just blocking it down.